So, if you remember, last time we played this, we'd finished all of the levels, we'd collected all the stuff, and we'd got the Hadouken, which is very cool, and we'd just done the first stage, the first Sigma stage. This is original hardware, so I don't have save states. What I've done here is loaded up from our last password, and I'm just going to get the Hadouken again at the moment. There's Beedle. He's come to look out the window while we're playing. So, hope you're all doing alright. Hope the chat's working. Not so sure it is. No. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. You can figure out why that is. Hope you all don't mind bearing with me a little bit while I figure out what's going on with that. That should be fine, right? Okay, let's just test this again. Oh, still no good. Yes, that stopped working. That always worked before. Normal stuff when I stream. Something always breaks a little bit. Still not doing it. I mean, I'm pretty sure I am live right now. Yeah. Hope you all are feeling patient, because it's clearly one of those streams already. Yep, we are live. And I suspect we're live on YouTube as well, if I open that, just to make sure. But I'm sure it's fine. We are. Everything's working except the little chat thing. I really don't understand why that is. Is Social Stream Ninja like broken or something? Download only if having problems. Well, I am having problems with the thing, with the Social Stream Ninja, whatever. Neat. Just not working. Because this is the only thing I can't test before I go live, and I can test everything else. Even the fake chats, even the fake message isn't showing. Which is really weird. Very weird indeed. We're gonna have to download the new version, I think. Which is annoying, because then it's like a whole thing. Anyway, if there is anyone there and you do want to say hello, I can still see the chat. This is a bit rubbish if you're watching back, I'm sorry. Skip ahead to some point when it started working. I'll just continue doing this for a little bit while we're waiting. I'm just downloading the new version of the Stream Ninja. It's taking a little while, so. If you support me on Patreon or YouTube, you can join my Discord. That normally works. I'm not looking at it right now, I'm doing this. I hope you can collect the Hadouken after you've done, after you've reloaded from a password. I don't actually know. I know you don't have it. There's no password that gives it to you. It would be a bit unfair, wouldn't it? The whole idea of passwords is you can resume where you were. Obviously they're very exploitable as well, but this is a game, you know. If I want to cheat, I'm only cheating myself at the end of the day. There we go. Okay. Let's see if Social Stream Ninja's downloaded the new version. Not quite yet. Not quite yet. A sec. The colours have gone a bit odd on my TV. They're fine for you. Which means I know exactly which start. Next I need to slightly wobble. Analog video. Good fun. Go again. Beetle's still here with us. Hello, Royally Prince. Welcome. Yes, you are. At the moment, I'm fixing a minor technical issue with our chat not showing up in the stream. So please do bear with me. My day is going very well, thank you, apart from the chat not working. How's your day going, Royally Prince? Are you having a good day? That gets fixed. It is hopefully getting fixed. I am currently fixing, I hope. But the app's not loading right. The new app image doesn't appear to load at all. Okay, great. So we're just going to try and download a different version. Wait, but that's the version we had before. Why is everything so complicated? And then of course my network cuts out, which is very funny. That's cool. Don't know if anyone can see me right now, so I'm just going to check that before I continue because the internet dropped out. Hooray. Yeah, it looks like we're back. I think. Okay, so you can see me, you can see this. There is, however, a massive delay right now on the YouTube stream, which I'm not sure how to fix. We are back. We are so back. We are so back, but we are also so cooked, basically, because the stream is now really quite heavily delayed, unfortunately, and I would love to know how to fix that. Can I actually do anything in YouTube Studio? I don't think I can. Doesn't look like. That is a shame. No. Because if I stop the stream and restart it, it makes basically a new stream on YouTube, and then you'll have to go and find the new stream. And I think I'm probably just rather have the delay than all of that, so we'll do our best. And for reasons I don't understand, the chat thing is now working as well. So, cool. Just so you know how much of a delay is, the time now is 2017 and a half. So please do bear that in mind when you're talking to me. I will be replying to you, but there will just be a little bit of a delay. I forgot to collect the Hadouken. God damn it. Some of you have probably told me that already. That's alright, we're just going to do it again. Hopefully it's still there. Before too many people show up, yeah. Yeah, Royally Prince, what you were saying about Psychonauts, I did see that, and you're right, they are really cool story games. I've only played the first one a long time ago, back in the day, but I really enjoyed the experience. It was a great story-driven game, psychologically, as you say, really interesting. The whole game is like a metaphor for how people with mental health, I guess, not just mental health issues, but really anyone can kind of get trapped inside themselves. A game with a message for sure. I haven't played Psychonauts 2. I don't know if the sequel's good or not. I think I possibly did play it like briefly, but long time ago. Cannot remember. I think it kind of sucks in Mega Man X how easy it is to finally get the Hadouken and then just leave it there. If you were there, the last stream ended with us using the Hadouken on the spider boss, which I'm told is the most frustrating boss in the game, but I don't know because I one-shotted it with the Hadouken. I definitely plan to do more of that. Oh yeah. I think I do remember that one. Yeah, okay. Maybe it would be one worth returning to at some point. I'm always looking for more games to... more retro games to stream, and it's certainly retro enough by this point. Okay, good, still there. So we had to do a little bit of loopy-doo, but we did it. Oh, it picks up from the... Okay, I didn't know there was... I didn't actually know there was a VR game. Only like a sort of... We did it. Only a sort of fairly casual player of Psychonauts, so I didn't actually know there was a VR game. I'll probably check it out. I've got a VR headset somewhere. Original Oculus Quest, though. It's a bit on the old side now. Anyway. I hope these robots have good mental health. I'm still wearing my headphones. Only goes. If my just in case my mother-in-law is watching, ja, Nudeln wäre ganz nett, danke. She's not watching. She just offered me pasta via WhatsApp, and I just said yes, thank you, but I don't have time to reply to that right now. We're doing a thing. Watch the VR game on YouTube. It's only an hour long anyway. Okay. The problem is I'd be inclined to play it, but I don't know if it's because of like my head or my headset, but VR kind of makes me sick. So what happens though is that I'm like, I've got a VR headset, so I should play the VR games. And yes, absolutely, I should play the VR games, but I never will because it makes my head hurt. So you do it for too long. But I still don't tend to watch VR stuff or get spoiled for VR games I want to play, because I still hope one day I'll play them. Silly, really. I bought the Taskmaster VR game like on release. I haven't played it. But I am tempted by the new Valve one. It's been announced. Would be a heckin' upgrade. I tend to keep tech for quite a while before upgrading it. Tend to get my money's worth. Case in point, my new phone arrived this week. Had my old one for 5 years. Went from the Galaxy Z Fold 2 to the Galaxy Z Fold 7. It's and it is quite an upgrade. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, otherwise I've been feeling fine of late. I don't know how you all are doing. If anyone wants to get in the chat and say how you're getting on. I was at a wedding over the weekend, which was lovely. Very dear friends of mine getting married. And in a Scottish castle. It was very exciting. Yeah, it was beautiful. And a lot of fun as well, seeing old friends that I'd not seen in way too many years. Good to reconnect with people, you know? I think that I certainly do, and I think it's probably a man thing. We have this idea about ourselves that you can just not talk to somebody for years and then kind of slip back into it as though nothing ever happened, you know? You won't see someone for 5 years and then you'll meet, and then you'll chance message them or meet up with them and then just go, oh, hi mate, how are you? You know, you alright? And we pretend to ourselves it's not a big deal or whatever, but it is. And I think we think of ourselves that way, and it tends to put us, we tend to put ourselves off making contact with people from our past, and I think we leave people behind way too easily. I don't know, you're not meant to beat this one, are you? Did you overwhelm her? I don't know. Talk about it if you want to, you don't have to. I think that's a problem that we all have. I think sometimes we can be overwhelming. Possibly because how often do we get to talk to anyone on any deep level, you know? No idea what weapon's good against this guy, just trying them all. That seemed to work anyway. I kind of did, yeah. She said this felt like she could leave a word in. Yeah. That's it, we learn and grow. I can recommend there's a classic blog post by sex blogger Girl on the Net, where she talks about some of her problems with dating men, and men who, on the dates, after these dates, she can say an awful lot about them, but they won't be able to say anything about her, because we get flustered a lot, especially on dates when we're meeting new people, and tend to just kind of rattle on about ourselves a lot. What we're not really used to. I don't know. I wonder if it's because if we're used to talking to men, just men in conversations tend to be more assertive, so we feel that we have to be assertive as well. I don't know. I don't know what it is or why, but basically what she was saying in the blog post, and what I think is probably true, is we do not ask questions very well. We really need to be asking questions. Because a dating sort of situation, if that's what this was, I don't know, but maybe it still applies. It's kind of like a job interview, sort of from both sides, you know? Like, because I think maybe we have a tendency to think that, like, we're the ones being, what shoots up? We're the ones being sort of interviewed, as it were, whereas actually it's got to be both ways. Yeah. You can't get that through the... This is unfairly difficult, the bit. I think I used this shield thing before. That's it. There we go. How do you dash jump? There is a way to like dash, isn't there? Ah. I think I was better at this game last stream, you know. But it's good though, Royally Prince, that she told you that up front, and you can learn from it. There we go. Can I remember the weaknesses? Can I heck? But that one seems to work. Feel the result of this is a situation where it creates a reaction where men end up hating women also themselves instead of the culture that produces this mindset. I think you're probably right. What's silly is that men tend to blame women for stuff like that, and then we think the answer is like the next level up from that is that we need to blame ourselves, but really it's neither. Like our society and our upbringing is kind of the way it is, and it's up to us to learn from that, but it's not our fault that's how it is. Alright. And we blame ourselves too easily for something that really is just not having had the opportunity yet to learn it. Oh, I don't have full health, I'm going to have to actually fight this thing. That doesn't work. Oh, this is hard, you guys. I don't know which weapon to use. Alright. Let's hope we can get back to that with full health and Hadouken it. That's going to be the plan. Oh, we missed. Now we can't Hadouken. I think I'll just do this then. Yeah, this is working. Getting lucky with the patterns as well certainly helps. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I see the message. Yeah, so we agree then. Like, it's nobody's fault is what it is. But women aren't responsible for our behaviour at the end of the day. We are. So, even when something's not our fault, when something is not working that we're doing, it's still on us to change it. Chat is being weird, some messages aren't being sent at all. Okay. Keep trying with it, refresh the page, like, I don't know. I did read that message. You can normally see on the stream if a message has come through. Who's gonna win? Not me. One hit off! One hit! Ah well. It's cool. We try again. Like, the last stream ended with me just Hadoukening that in one shot. With, like, perfect timing. Completely by mistake, without realising I had to time it at all. So the Hadouken strategy isn't working up. Let me just check, I haven't got this on like top chat or something. Oh, I might have this on top chat, there we go. Live chat. Right. Try again, messages should all be getting through now. Because YouTube defaults to just showing op chat, whatever that means. And I don't think, like, any of your messages are like better or worse than any other of your messages. I want to see all of them. Okay. This is cool, boss. Like, some of these you can work out. Most of them are too fast, I think, to be able to work it out, but some of them you can work out at least what side of the screen it's going to end up on. Yeah, I got that one wrong. Sometimes it's nice to you. It's a really easy pattern. Okay. That wasn't smooth, but we got away with it. Not as good as the first fight, which is just Hadouken done. There's a culture in male circles that if you get rejected, you're not single by choice, you're a damn loser and a less man. Yeah, that's bullshit as well. Like the obvious, yeah. I don't know why it just doesn't occur to us that we're all just kind of people. We're very gender. So I guess those expectations from like other people get us to put those on ourselves as well. It's a good starting point for someone who hasn't played Mega Man before. Hi John. I mean, this is the This is the last area of Mega Man X, but yeah, sure, hang out. We're playing Mega Man while discussing men's mental health. What's good against Chill Penguin? Fire, right? Yeah. Yeah. Bernie Penguin. And this also ended up creating incels that hate themselves. I listened to an interesting podcast recently about incels. I can't tell you much about it. I can't remember a great deal about it, but it all comes from the same stuff of men, like young men especially, not being able to like talk to each other about themselves, and how do you really understand anything if you're not analysing it in some way, I guess. I don't really know, it's a bad answer. Although very interesting, the term incel was invented by a woman who herself was having trouble getting dates. Makes you think. It was then later sort of taken over by the toxic manosphere. I mean, if I legally acquired this for definitely not an emulator. Yeah, this is original hardware. But if you saw my latest video, or even if you didn't, I'm all in favour of emulation, and everyone should be doing it. Yeah. I've been surprised by Mega Man X though, and I think you should definitely play it. Because I've heard tell of people saying it's one of the best games on the SNES, and I didn't believe them because I played it a little bit and found it like hard. To like get into and stuff. But coming back to it for this stream, this is a great game. There you go. Finish it with a buster. I know what you mean, Royally Prince, and honestly I think we all have at some point. I don't think it's uncommon to the male experience. But I don't think there's any point in being ashamed of the past if you've learned from it. And, you know, made up for it and all of that. The lack of talking lets you Joe Rogan and other podcasters fill in the gap of male figure who talk about these things. Yeah. It's really weird how much incel is like, oh, what's this? Sort of almost deliberately created phenomenon. Like, young men are being groomed and gaslit into this stuff, you know? You don't, like... It's not as though it's a natural thing that for men to hate women or anything like that. think I want to be over on the other side. Oops. Hold that up. Hello, Solid Sadness. Good to see you. Grateful for never having got sucked into it. Yep. Me too. You're right. Having supportive parents does help, and I can't remember what the program was called, but in that podcast I mentioned, they were talking about how there is a program that goes around schools and talks specifically to young men. And how successful that's been at sort of stopping them from getting radicalized, you know. How do you play this video game? Seems to do a bit of damage. You have to talk amongst yourselves while I try and focus a little bit here, because damn. Oh, this is useless. I think we can do this as long as we manage to sort of stay on the opposite side of the moving eye. And dodge that. Oh, that was lucky. Okay, we got one. Time for a stop tank, I think. I think we've earned it. Another mental health issues. My dad had zero idea about depression and anxiety. I've always had anxiety. It wasn't until he had a panic attack that he realised what it's like. I guess you're better at talking about it than maybe his generation was, huh? That's the other thing. We talk about incels a lot and how it's this relatively new phenomenon of young men getting radicalized online in this new media, in these new spaces, but I feel like overall we are still making progress. Like, certainly, like, I love my dad, but I don't think he had any particular ideas about this stuff in his day. It's a funny thing, actually, a story about that. So, not really about that, but I remember the first time I painted my nails was a year ago for a video about the Game Boy Micro, and painting my nails roughly the same colour as the Game Boy Micro, because there are a lot of close-up shots of me playing the Game Boy Micro, and I thought it would add a bit of visual interest. And my dad made a comment on it, asked if I was having gender issues. It was kind of as a joke. He didn't mean it badly. But it's a sign of sort of, I think, where he came from, that sort of, if a guy wants to paint his nails, it must be gender, you know. And I had a comment on my last video today. It said, I watched until the bit with the painted nails on the train. Now, the painted nails on the train was a clip of of another video I made at that time when I had painted nails. And it's like, I don't understand that comment. Like, I watched until the painted nails on the train. Is he... I couldn't figure out if it was just like the guy really doesn't like red. Oof. Or if, like, is masculinity so fragile that he's, or his masculinity anyway, so fragile that he sees a guy with painted nails and finds that, I don't know, too challenging somehow? I don't really understand it, and I don't understand why tell me about it either, like, because either of those things, like, my masculinity is threatened by a man with painted nails, or I don't like red, neither of those particular things to be proud of. But never mind, he wanted to talk about it, I suppose. And by coincidence, I painted my nails a second time in my life, this weekend. Same colour. So I'm sitting there with my nails being the same colour as what he's complaining about in the video from a year ago, thinking, what? These are cool. You're right, Soul in Sadness, there is no shame in looking nice. Thank you. I actually got a compliment from my boss about them yesterday. It was like, oh, you've painted your nails. Like, he didn't say anything positive or negatively about it, just a statement of fact, oh, you've painted your nails. And I went, yeah. I went to a wedding and I painted my nails. And I was wearing a red jumper. And he said, I wondered if you painted them to go with your jumper. I said, no, other way around. I wore the jumper today because they go with my nails. And he was like, well, you look very nice. I was like, oh. I work in an IT department which is mostly male, as they tend to be. And I don't mind going in with painted nails, obviously. Because, you know, it's mostly like young men, and really at the end of the day, even those who think, oh, that's a bit weird, generally don't want to bother me about it. Like, if someone's expression, if someone's like, how someone chooses to look isn't to your taste, doesn't really matter, does it? And that's how most people think anyway. Is this even the best weapon against this guy? Because I don't know. Darn it. Got eaten. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, men on the internet to be weird. And if you want to look nice, you should look nice. I miss my hair, Soul in Sadness. I used to have beautiful hair. Rather like John's, in fact. Except not blonde. Long. Now I did do a chunk of damage, but I don't think that's the weapon. I think maybe it's cutter? Seems to do a chunk of damage, doesn't it? I'll get better at aiming with it though. Yeah. Mega Man bosses do be tricky. I think we got him. Yeah. We did it. I work at a place with mostly women. Since then, I cream my hands and face regularly. Yeah. Good on you. I don't moisturise enough. Claudia's always wanted me to moisturise. And she's right, and I know she's right. But not something that comes naturally to me. Hey, we did it. Alright, what fresh hell is this? Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. There we go. There we go. That one wasn't too hard. So yeah, I don't know. Hope you all are feeling good though. I had some more stuff prepared to talk about in the last stream. Kind of didn't plan on doing a second, but we spent a very long time on the last stream trying to get the Hadouken. I kind of talked about everything I had to do there. Yeah. Feels good, doesn't it, being moisturised? That seems to do quite a lot of damage, doesn't it? Yeah, this one's not too hard so far. Another one that's horrible to fight if you come across that boss before you get the dash. Oh, he's not happy that I woke him up. Beetle. He's forgiven me now. Furry beetle. So this looks all a bit spiky up here. I guess I don't want to go up there. But from all those goodies, it looks like there is a way. This is where you can use the ice thing, isn't it? Okay, well I got the one up. I'll do it. I didn't really notice. Let's figure out what weapon's good against this guy. Oh, that. Yeah. Okay. So what's good against this guy? Maybe wind? Yeah. I like this one. It's quite easy to hit with as well. Flame Mammoth, yeah, probably. My first instinct with any new mini-boss that I've not seen before is just immediately to start wall jumping, and it seems to be correct against this one. Ow. Come on. There we go. Oh, it's tense at the end. Don't know who that guy was. I'm dead now. There's quite a lot of Sigma stages, huh? Yeah, we were definitely not finishing this in one stream. This doesn't seem to be too much happening. Oh, there we go. That's the guy. That's the guy. That's what he's saying. He's saying he's the guy. I'm the guy is what he's saying now. In really long. Something's going to be good against him. I don't know what. Hi, Michael Barley. Good to see you too. So this is as far as I ever got. Okay. I think I remember hearing that the little bugs at the start are so you can basically recharge your stuff. Yeah. This is one of the games I picked up in Japan, yeah. I picked up, I think all the SNES Mega Man games. I don't think there's any I missed. Like all the main lines. I got X2, X3, 7, and bass. And bass. Sorry. I'm saying and bass, but obviously is not a fish. Then we found it, chat. Ice the doggo. Wahahaha. Now you have to fight me in my green suit with my lightsaber. Alright, let's try it. Wow, it's really hard to avoid, huh? The graphics are awesome. So we get to stay here now for quite a while we refill all of our health. All of our reserve tanks and stuff. You alright up there, Beetle? You got any mental health? Ah, he's good. We've got a lot of reserve tanks to fill up. The goodies don't even pool at the bottom, you know, we just gotta keep doing this. There's one. Do we get all the health refills? Riveting gameplay. Yeah, sorry. Retro games do be like this sometimes. Yes, it has. I presume it's not the same one. Unless you mean Beetle. Yes. Okay. This whole bit exists for this. What do you say? Saw my originals on NES recently with the Switch version, which is the first time. Yeah. I really like it on Switch as well, and the rewind function is really good for getting into the games and getting through some of the trickier parts. I don't know if it is faster than the refills in Metroid 1, to be honest. There's a lot more to refill in this. But at least this doesn't, like, stop spawning goodies after a while, because that's what they did in Metroid 1. If you kept killing enemies, eventually they'd stop spawning health altogether. Like after a random number of enemies. You're grinding leaf green. Pokemon, right? The only Pokemon games I've finished are Blue, Yellow, and Leaf Green. Suggests maybe I should be playing more Pokemon. Using the Armadillo charge is really good here for me, at least. Okay. The boss, or for killing these, because I'm fine at killing these. Didn't go. Okay, we've refilled 2 sub-tanks so far. And I kind of get the feeling from this boss that we might need all of them. While I'm doing this, does anyone want to look up what weapons I'm meant to be, what items I'm meant to be using to beat Sigma? Looking stuff up online is not cheating. And asking chat to do it certainly isn't. Just lazy. Because I figured out Ice the Doggo. I just don't know what happens after that. Oh yeah, John, did you all get home all right after the weekend? There we go. My Pokemon Yellow cartridge is in the garage. I haven't turned it on for at least like 20 years. Probably like at least 25, 30, who knows? Long time. Megamon Wiki loading, thank you. And I don't know if the battery in it's good. They're Schrodinger's Pokemon. I have been for many years. I have no idea if they're still alive in there. And I've, for a few years now, really, been too afraid to turn on the cartridge to find out. Silly, really. Because I was obsessed with first generation Pokemon. I had 2 teams in the end that were all level 100, and I min-maxed the heck out of most of them. I had my normal team, which was mainly like the legendary birds and the 3 starters, all fully leveled up and evolved. And the other team was 5 Mewtwo and a Mew. And I never cheated. Every one of those Pokemons was obtained legitimately through the intended means, including the Mew. Yeah, there were delays all around and Pat train went back fine. Good. Let's hear it. We actually had a pretty smooth journey back on the plane. Getting a hotel room at the airport the day before you fly is like such a cool life hack. It makes it so much easier. Although I'm pretty sure the hotel staff were gaslighting me. I told them that the smart TV didn't have internet access. Like, they hadn't set up the Wi-Fi on it, so it couldn't actually do any smart things. And they said, there isn't a smart TV. Like, what? They're like, no, it's just for terrestrial television. I just said, okay. And then there was a pause on the phone, and he said, okay, bye. Like, I mean, I'm in the room, I'm looking at it, it's showing an error message. You know, it's as smart as TVs tend to get. And then the thermostat came on at 1 o'clock in the morning, and Claudia noticed in the morning that the time was set incorrectly on the thermostat, so we figured it was basically set to come on, you know, in the morning, sort of 6 o'clock when you wake up, something like that, but the time on it was wrong, so it came on at 1 o'clock. And I told the guy at the front desk about it, just as we left, by the way, you know, you might want to check on that kind of thing. It was fine for us, we turned it off and went back to sleep, no problem, but you want to have a look at it? And he goes, there's no thermostat in that room. We're working on that, but it's not finished, so there's no actual thermostat in there. Huh? Then what were we pressing buttons on and changing the temperature? Like, I started to wonder, like, did we imagine it? That the temperature was actually changing when we pressed the buttons on this thing on the wall? So yeah, anyway, Doubletree Hilton at Edinburgh Airport, kind of weird. Rolling Shield, Electric Spark, cool, thank you. Pokemon, first release on Game Boy, the lines at curtains, yeah. Oh, where's Shield? I think that's as good as Ice, to be honest. Okay, what's happening? Hi, John. Electric Spark, alright. Oh yeah, he is. This is a lot of damage, eh? Yeah, just utterly surreal. Like, end to the weekend that was. But, you know. Yeah, get wrecked. Is that it? Do we win? Do we win? Oh no! Of course we didn't win. Yeah, this is where we want to use the shield, isn't it? Alright, we're on very low health here. We're going to do our best. Okay. This one doesn't let up, huh? Really got to concentrate here. And I didn't. Oh well, we get to replenish all our health again. So at least there's that. Anyway, my Pokemon. Have I told you what my Pokemon were called? What my Mewtwo were called? Because my team was 5 level 100 Mewtwo and a Mew. The Mew was just called Mew because you couldn't rename it. Because the only legitimate way to get a Mew is from Nintendo, from an event, and by basically it comes as a trade, and you can't rename traded Pokemon. But my Mewtwo, I could rename those, and they were named after the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. They were Death, War, Famine, Pestilence, and Bonzo, because there's no 5th horseman of the apocalypse. So they were Death, War, Famine, Pestilence, and Bonzo. And each one had moves that were themed around that particular horseman, or at least the name of it. Hi, Big Spud. So, as I said, hi, Big Spud, my phone answered. I think my phone is called Big Spud. Oh no, of course, the Samsung thing's called, the Samsung Assistant's called Bixby, isn't it? So I said, hi, Big Spud, and my phone thought I said, hi, Bixby. Sorry, Bixby, I'm not talking to you. I'm going to switch you off later. No. It said, first use face recognition to unlock the device. I don't even want to talk to you. I want to talk to Big Spud. Yeah, anyway. So Death had, like, mostly normal sort of psychic attacks and stuff, really. It was your fairly standard Mewtwo. War, I went for kind of a physical thing, using Seismic Toss. Pestilence obviously was using, you know, Toxic, so, you know, poison, stuff like that. But Famine was my favourite. Famine didn't have any offensive attacks at all. It could only barrier and double team and stuff like that. The idea was that it would become impossible to hit, and even if you did hit it, impossible to actually do any damage to. And then would win with struggle. Because in those games, if your Pokemon ran out of moves, it would do something called struggle, where it was just a standard move, or it would do a little bit of physical damage and hurt itself in the process. And that's how you win with Famine. You just force everyone to, like, run out all their good moves. The Mew was just Swords Dance and Hyper Beam because, like I say, I min-maxed the heck out of Gen 1 Pokemon. And like 2 Swords Dance and a Hyper Beam kills anything. Now, did I ever enter any serious tournaments? No, not really. I didn't want the glory. I was like 11 or something. Yeah, I've gone through and deleted every Microsoft app off the phone, and like came with Copilot and stuff like that. Deleted LinkedIn and all that rubbish. I haven't gone through and disabled all of the AI stuff yet. But I don't know how you'll feel about this. Like, I'm obviously, probably like most of you, not keen on all this AI stuff in terms of anything really. You know, uses a lot of sends a lot of your data up to the cloud. Uses a lot of energy that would be better used, like ideally not. You know, said that really badly, but environmentally bad. And mostly the worst thing, family was PP stalling before PP stalling became so hated. Yeah. Exactly. And oh, what was I saying about what was I going to say about AI? Yeah, and the worst thing about it is people don't think for themselves anymore. You know. Until we get to the point, we'll get to the point where all communication is just AIs talking to each other. You know. Like ChatGPT writes the job application and ChatGPT writes the rejection letter. Like, and at that point, what are we even doing to ourselves? You know. So I'm not a fan of AI at all. But this is where the but comes in. I'm okay with it for like photo processing stuff and like using AI for like basic predictive text and stuff like that. And there's a switch on the Samsung Galaxy to tell it only to do the on-device AI stuff. But like with the text editing, it can do predictive text and stuff like that on the device itself, with an extra toggle to send everything you type up to the cloud so it can suggest sentences and stuff for you. I obviously don't do that. But for me, that's kind of the right balance. I like, and I would quite like to run like more AI processing stuff at home maybe someday. I like the idea of self-hosting, like a large language model and just tinkering about with it. Because that doesn't have any of the kind of big data considerations, you know. It's 11, I think. Okay, we all dream of working for a video game producer. Yeah. Have you seen the video about AI by Amy Knott? I haven't. Ick AI. Yep. The electric and water bills are going up through your home. That sucks. But like, AI bros can just come in and like massively increase bills for everyone. That doesn't seem fair. Alright, let's go. First you must kill my dog, then you must kill me, then you must kill me again, but in a big suit. Ah. Could you please not? Oh. Chat, that did not go well. Alright. Do that right away. I'm just tanking all the damage here. This is not the way to win this. I've got to figure out how to dodge him effectively. Quite hard to do that and hit him there. Okay. As ever, when you're stuck on a bit in a Mega Man game, at least the music's cool. Yeah, we're getting into a rhythm. This software for categorizing 3D print files is a feature analyzer files and tag them as they sort automatically, but so far it's ChatGPT integration. Yeah, that's a shame. I've really got into self-hosting. I'll tell you this before I fight the boss and just take a little drink. And I'm hosting like my own, basically, version of Google's Google Drive, Photos. It's just Nextcloud, basically. And it does all of that stuff. It also has a feature where it can do the Google thing of tagging people in photos, but you have to run your own local language model to do it. You basically need a graphics card. And I'm just running all this stuff off like €100 desktop computers off eBay. But I really like the idea of doing something like that. So I'm not like never AI, I just think it doesn't combine well with the internet, really. Offline AI in my house, actually no problem with that. Ow. And I'm kind of thinking of it the same way with my phone, you know? Ow. Yeah, are we cooked, chat? I think we might be cooked. Yeah. Of course we could. I was starting to get it though. A bit of practice, we'll get there. Streaming, by the way, I'm okay with people. I'm obviously, you saw my recent video. I'm quite in favour of emulation. I'm also quite in favour of people making liberal use of save states and rewinds to make games more accessible, more approachable, more fun. All in favour of that. Don't do it on stream though. On stream we suffer together. And we support one another through it. No matter what. Perseverance is a sign of good mental health, is it? I think it's a sign of not wanting to disappoint chat. Maybe that's how you do good mental health, is just pretend chat is always watching you. Maybe that's why Christianity is so popular. Religion is for people who don't stream. And keep your Jesus, I've got chat. I just love the idea of like Gen Z putting their hands together to pray at night and closing their eyes, getting on their knees, hands clasped together and saying, "Chat, are we so cooked?" When the negative thoughts come in, you just got to think, chat would be sad. That's it. No one cares about you like chat cares about you. Yeah. You get infinite tries at this, but it's so tedious. I suppose the idea is there's a cost for failure, right? Just wish it didn't take quite this long. God wants you to beat Furry Sigma. Yeah. Anyway, what is a Sigma male? Is that a joke? Is there a joke somewhere about we're doing a men's mental health chat and we're fighting against Sigma? I don't know what that alpha, beta, Sigma male stuff means anyway. Also, if I genuinely love my wife and enjoy spending time with her and find her funny and respect her as a person, does that mean we're in a queer relationship? Don't ask AI. Do what I did. Buy one of those magic 8 balls and write AI on the side of it, and anytime anyone at work tells me to ask AI for an answer to a problem, I say, okay! Get my magic 8 ball out. Then it says, you can count on it. And then he says, that's not what I meant. And I say, I know. But it's just as good. Even better. My AI doesn't hallucinate. Or, you know, drain the ocean. Are the kids still doing Sigma? I don't know. Because what was that? That was a thing apart from the Sigma male thing, wasn't it? Sigma. Yeah. When do I ever get to speak to anyone under 30? Not allowed. Court order. I want to infect them with retro games. I think we've done this, haven't we? Right. Wikipedia says, very good. He's less cloudier than that. Honestly, it wouldn't be the first time we've discussed it. The idea of a Sigma male is just a lone wolf type of guy that doesn't need social validation because of how self-sufficient he is. Okay, chat, is Mega Man X a Sigma male? Papers on my desk for Monday, please. Whoa! That wasn't bad. The delay is confusing your messages. Yeah, sorry. Due to a technical issue earlier in the stream, chat is hella delayed. So if you're replying to anything that I've said, please do tell me what you're replying to. And we'll try and have multiple conversations at once, and hopefully it'll still feel at least somewhat dynamic. Ow. This is it. We're doing it. This could be the run, chat. This could be it. Oh, I don't keep doing that. X believes in the power of friendship, so no. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's true, because right from the start it's all about X and 0, isn't it? Yeah. So this boss is hard as balls, but I really like it. I think it's really well designed. I think you can like legitimately avoid everything. It's just hard. Then you've got to be really quick on the reactions. Like, it's not unfair, it's just difficult. Like, even that attack, it is possible to avoid it. Just the timing there. So there's a little bit of concentrating happening now. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves. They're locked in. Here we go. We did it, chat. Bill, take our energy. Tap. Oh no, you have blown me up. I definitely don't have another phase. This is the end of the game. You've done it. Well done, Bill. What the Japanese said. I went to Japan once and now I'm fluent. Basically. GG. If anyone wants to translate that, that would be grand. I could do it, but I'm not here to impress you. Actually work. If you can see any of it. Perché dobbiamo combattere? Nessuna ne parla a X. Prima che abbia la possibilità di ripassare gli irregolari togheranno da qualche parte e lui verrà nuovamente trascinato nel vortice della battaglia. Shall I try English? How long will this continue? On his arm, cold and bright, X Buster with brilliance. There we go, we got the end. We did it! We've cured men's mental health forever. I presume that's what all that text was about. Yeah, right? I thought so as well, Don CJ. You're well behind. So I hope you eventually stay long enough to get to this bit when I'm replying to what you're saying now. Reload your page and go to the end. It will catch up a little bit from where you are. Right now it's time is 21:48 and 3/4. So yeah, that was really satisfying to experience, and it was really satisfying to experience because we suffered through it together, because we're on original hardware, because we had no choice but to keep trying and trying and trying and improving and learning and getting better, you know. That's what's satisfying about streaming these old games for me. Because although I fully defend anyone who wants to play any game however they want to play it, including save states and rewinds and cheats, whatever you want to do, just, you know, these are your games, you have fun with them however you want to. I still think the best experience comes from perseverance. And could have said that sentence in a slightly less wanky way, but that's how it came out. And streaming forces me to do that, because I'm sure if I'd been playing this on an emulator, on like the third time through that boss, I'd have started abusing save states to finish it off just to see the ending. And you as Rockman X. Yeah, I'm Rockman X. I'm gonna punch a... I don't know, nothing living. That'd be mean. I'm all-powerful Rockman X and I'm going to fluffle my cat. Beetle, permission to fluffle? Harry. You've been the best beetle you can be. That's cool. Yeah, Beetle's been here the whole stream. Been asleep in the background. See if we can get a close-up of Beetle. If you're motion sick, look away now. Please? You want to sleep, don't you? And I'm bothering you. Oh. Sleepy Beetle. Must be so good being a cat. Oh, what's he saying now? Will the screen stay on long enough for me to get my translator up? What you defeated is not me. The machine that was torn apart is like a part of me. I will rise again as a whole, X. I'm looking forward to the day we meet again. Ha 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 ha. Ooh. The episode on emulation was good. I always like the originals because of nostalgia, but you convinced me otherwise. Ooh. Hello, Minerva. I mean, the other side of that, of course, is that people are nostalgic for different things. People who got into retro gaming with emulation and save states and blocky pixels and stuff like that are having as legit an experience as anyone else. You know? Play is something that I feel is incredibly important to the human experience, as well as cats. Cats play also. All creatures play. And as men tend to deny themselves that. Even gamers. You know, we're not playing, we're gaming. But no, it's all about play. And retro games are becoming a lot like board games these days, in that you can't have house rules. You can decide for yourself what's okay. And how you want to play it. And if you're playing with a group of people, you can, you know, decide between yourselves. Maybe you and a group of friends want to compete to play through Mega Man 2, and you decide Mega Man 2 is too hard and you want everyone to be able to get through it. So you make a rule where you can make a certain number of save states each level or something, you know. House rules, you can play how you want to play, but play is important. And what's important is what's most important to your own play is up to you, really. And how you want to play is valid, but it is important to keep playing. It's good for our minds, it's good for our souls, it's, you know. Good to keep some joy in your life, and some simplicity. By brutally murdering Sigma, we help men understand that isolation isn't going to solve your problems, and every now and then you need help from those around you to do the things you need to do. The real Rockman X was the friends, brackets robots we made, brackets murdered, along the way. Well said, Don CJ. Just launch this. You say hello, Minerva. Say hello, Minerva. Say hello, Minerva. Our mummy's home. Hello. Been hanging out with the cats on stream and talking about men's mental health and beating Mega Man X. Yeah, but we didn't finish it last week, so we finished it. We finished it this week. And on that note, I'm going to go. Cats are leaving me, so I think that's probably time to end the stream. And this screen doesn't go away, does it? For this music, this is just what we're ending on. Is this right? None of the buttons are doing. Ask Claudia about Sigmas. I don't think he knows. Sigmas. Yeah, I don't know.
The Greek letter.
Yeah, the Greek letter. And John came in the chat and he said, and I asked chat if we have a queer relationship because we actually like each other.
John
Jones.
John Jones. I have a message for John Jones. Is he where?
I don't know. Sit down if you want. I can put you on the thing.
Hello, John.
I don't know if he's still there.
So just now, I showed some pictures of the wedding that we went to, and you're in the background of one of them. and everyone is absolutely convinced of your brother. Like, actually, they were like zooming in on your face and on Bill's face and going, they're the same, they look identical. I was like, I'm not the right person to ask. Anyway, so you might want to, like, I don't know, maybe do like some sort of genetic testing or something. That's all.
Okay, John, we're brothers apparently. Okay, right, good. I'm gonna go. Stick around, there'll be another video at some point. There'll be another stream. Next stream is on Sunday, I think. Don't think we've got anything booked on Sunday that stops me streaming. Okay. Well said, well said. Alright, so Sunday morning at, what is it, 9? Oh, John said hello. There's a massive delay on the stream.
See what he makes of the revelation.
So we'll find out what John's answer to that is in about 5 minutes, I guess. Yeah, technical issues, as is always the case. Okay, I'm going to need everyone to stop talking now. Okay, from this point onwards, I won't be able to see anything that you say. I won't be able to respond to it because the stream will have ended. Other people in the chat might see it and might chat to you maybe, and that will be cool, but I will be gone by the time you hear this bit. So thank you very, very, very much for joining me on the Retro Sofa. Please support the channel if you would like to on YouTube or on the Patreon, patreon.com/The Retro Sofa. John says, what? I'll take that, and honestly, I will too. I'm quite happy with that as well. Yeah, we are both very, very pretty men, John. And with that, I hope that's helped your mental health as much as it has mine. Everyone take care of yourselves. I love you very much.